The dragon is one of the most universally recognized creatures in mythology and folklore. But what did ancient civilizations actually think dragons were? How do the myths surrounding these creatures vary across cultures? And what do they reveal about the societies that believed in them? In China, dragons have always been viewed as benevolent creatures, symbols of power, wisdom, and good fortune. They were associated with water, weather, and time. The Chinese dragon is often depicted as a wise, noble, and immortal being that can control the elements and bring prosperity to those who respect it. In Chinese mythology, dragons are also seen as helpers of humanity, bringing people the gift of agriculture and teaching them how to fish and navigate. They were also believed to be the first inhabitants of China, the ancestors of the Chinese people, so it's no surprise that the dragon became a symbol of the empire, representing its power, longevity, and connection to its people. In Mesopotamia, the situation was quite different. There, dragons were seen as terrifying monsters, chaotic and destructive, representing the forces of nature that could bring ruin to human society. They lived in swamps and marshes and were considered to be evil omens, bringing disease and misfortune to those who encountered them. The Mesopotamian dragon was a symbol of the untamed wilderness, a reminder of the destructive power of nature that humans could not control. They were defeated by the gods, but not without great effort, and their remains were said to have been used to create the foundations of civilization, keeping the chaos of nature at bay. In Europe, dragons were seen as fierce and powerful beasts, embodying the wild and untamed nature of the world. They were associated with magic and sorcery, often depicted as having supernatural powers, such as shape-shifting or controlling the weather. European dragons were typically malevolent creatures, preying on humans and livestock and guarding treasure hoards with their immense wealth, symbolizing the dangers and uncertainties of the natural world. To the ancient Europeans, dragons represented the raw power of nature, and their presence was a constant reminder of the fragility of human life. They were ultimately defeated by heroic figures such as St. George or Beowulf, whose bravery and strength were celebrated in epic poems and tales. Finally, we have the Mesoamerican civilizations, such as the Aztecs and Mayans, who had their own unique view of dragons. In Mesoamerican mythology, dragons were seen as both positive and negative forces. They were associated with water, fertility, and the life cycle, but were also seen as destructive and dangerous. They were depicted as feathered serpents, symbolizing the connection between the earth and the heavens. The Mesoamerican dragon was a symbol of the duality of nature, representing both its beauty and its power. They were respected and revered, but also feared and revered, and their presence was an important part of religious rituals and ceremonies. So what do these myths tell us about the societies that believed in them? Dragons often represent the relationship between humans and the natural world. They embody the awe, wonder, and fear that these ancient societies felt towards the forces of nature which they could not understand. The dragon is a powerful symbol that continues to capture our imagination, and it's through these ancient myths that we can learn more about the fascinating cultures that came before us. If you want to know more about ancient myths and legends, stay tuned for more information.